WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Fill up your gas tank this morning and you'll pay an average of $4.22 for a gallon of regular. If you're in California, it'll cost you $5.90. President Biden is reportedly ready to make a new move to bring prices down by releasing 1 million barrels of oil a day from the country's reserves. Oil analyst Phil Flynn predicts the benefit won't last for long.
The market has been getting oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And to be honest with you, it's had little impact on price except for the short term.
Oil prices sliding on news of the reports. Rose in February, 0.2%. That's a slowdown from the month before, but the Federal Reserve's inflation gauge jumped 6.4% over the same period in 2021. Economists say people were eating out more and traveling. Southern states have gotten slammed with severe weather for the third day in a row.
The whole sky northeast of us just got very white. All the trees and stuff started going sideways. You could hear the wind getting real howly.
That man describing what happened when a tornado tore through Van Cleve, Mississippi. At least 40 twisters were reported yesterday. In other parts of the South, they're dealing with wildfires.
Dozens have had to flee. Acre wildfire continues to rage outside Gatlinburg, Tennessee. A fire in the same area in 2016 killed 14 people and damaged or destroyed 2,500 homes and buildings.
After the Gatlinburg fire, you don't mess around, you get out when they tell you to get out.
Dozens of wildfires are also burning in Alabama, Georgia, the mountains of the Carolinas, and the hills of eastern Kentucky. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
In Ukraine, Russian military helicopters overhead amid reports of new shelling on the outskirts of Kyiv, days after the Kremlin claimed it was scaling back attacks. Ukrainian forces continued to report progress elsewhere. Correspondent Holly.
7,000 to 15,000 Russian troops have been killed in just over a month, according to a NATO official. In comparison, in 20 years of war in Afghanistan, the U.S. lost fewer than 2,500. Andrei Rogalski believes Vladimir Putin is a tragedy for both Ukrainians and Russians.
There is new proof lung screenings save lives. Here's CBS's Laura Podesta.
A new review of data finds increased lung cancer screenings have saved an estimated 10,000 lives since 2014. Researchers found the introduction of screenings was associated with more patients being diagnosed early and improved survival.
In the UK's BMJ, S&P futures unchanged. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. 296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
God, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Ooma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooh.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News. It's 56 degrees at 9:05. Good morning. I'm Dave Maurer. Strong gusty winds are power outages in the Tri-City area this morning. One of those outages is in the vicinity of Freeland Road on either side of I-75 near the Bay City-Saginaw County line. 144 customers are without power there, and the estimated restoration time is 2:30 this afternoon. The other outage is in the city of Midland, where there are 113 people without power. That power went out around 5:30 this morning, and the estimated restoration time is 2 o'clock this afternoon. The consumers crews are working on those outages this morning. That strong wind also contributing to causing a difficult time for firefighters battling a massive fire this morning in Midland County. Midland County Central Dispatch reports that West Curtis Road is closed between M18 and Magruder for that large commercial fire that's burning at Robinson Industries in Coleman. Witnesses say the fire broke out around 6 o'clock after the flames were visible in the night sky, early morning sky. The flames were visible from miles away, described as a massive fire, and several fire departments have responded and have been battling that fire ever since. With an all-star lineup including several MSU basketball legends, Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort will be opening its new sports book on April 4th, Monday, the day of the NCAA Tournament Championship game. WSGW's Rick Antonio reports.
The sportsbook will be inside Ascend, the casino sports bar. The grand opening event begins at 4 p.m. with remarks from leaders of the Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe, as well as Morris Patterson, Mateen Cleaves, and other members of Michigan State's 2000 NCAA championship team, all providing analysis of this year's championship game. The sportsbook is part of Soaring Eagle's statewide venture into sports betting and iGaming, which will include the Eagle Casino and Sports mobile platform coming later this spring. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
News time at 9:07.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier and empower your retirement. They talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing in potential loss of principal.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The Detroit Three are building a lot of EV battery sites, but will they be represented by the UAW? Ought to be reported Jeff Gilbert.
The battery plants are technically joint ventures, not an actual part of a GM, Ford, or Stellantis, so it's new territory. But UAW President Ray Curry says the people hired at those plants are auto workers.
Our number one goal is for the joint ventures to make sure that those locations that are supplying components to our facilities, the represented sites, that those sites are represented locations.
Car makers say workers decide if they want to organize. Curry tells the Automotive Press Association this will be a part of ongoing talks with the Detroit Three.
Yesterday was Michigan's first Space Day, designated by the legislature to celebrate the importance of the aerospace industry to Michigan's economy. Michigan Air Association Executive Director Gavin Brown says the business of space brings $3 billion in annual revenue to Michigan with 600 jobs.
We have a very robust aerospace industry and a growing one. So it's taking those capabilities and expanding them further so that we can employ more Michiganders. We can grow our economy and the people that are coming to the state to not only seek work, but to make Michigan their home.
A group of state lawmakers plans to attend the SpaceX launch next week in Florida and meet officials from leading space companies. Ann Arbor's annual Hash Bash is this weekend, back in person for the first time since the pandemic started. Event organizer Jamie Lowell says they have the ear of Lansing politicians at this year's event, including Attorney General Dana Nessel.
Elected officials that we have there, are in the position to make some very serious and life-changing decisions for people. To offer up this forum is a big part of this whole thing, and to have the first sitting AG join us, is and listen to what she has to say. Not everybody's happy with her approach to cannabis over the term so far, so it'll be an opportunity to appeal to those voters. And that's one of the really practical and, exciting purposes of this event.
The event will take place this Saturday at the University of Michigan Diag. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 910. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. A wind advisory continues. Any rain gradually ends early today. Otherwise cloudy and windy with falling temperatures across the region. Winds west-southwesterly 10 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts could get as high as 45 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows make it down to 30. Winds turn to the west-northwest 10 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible. Friday, more cloudiness, though some sunshine is possible by afternoon. Highs head into the lower 40s. Friday night, mostly clear. Lows drop to 28. Becomes mostly cloudy and highs reach 48. I'm meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast.
Right now it's 54.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW Radio. Nice to have you with us on this Thursday morning from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio, and a program brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty. Put her to work for you at 989-295-7713 or visit her at The Point, M46 and M47 in Saginaw Township, where you'll also find Cafe 476 and its delicious food, soups, and beverages. Later on this morning, after the 10 o'clock news, we're going to talk to Amy Hawkins about Police Week. And then at 11 o'clock this morning, we're going to talk to Doug Houtman, who has an organization called CAREGivers Insight. For this hour, though, open phones for you, and you can give us a call at 989-752-6111 from almost anywhere, because you don't pay roaming and long distance anymore for most carriers. So we'd love to hear from you wherever you are and whatever you're doing. If you have loose things outside of your home this morning, I tie them up. We put our garbage cans and recycles into the back of our SUV because the wind is howling out there this morning. And we have somebody waiting for us already. Chris in Saginaw Township. Chris, good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I've been dodging trash cans on the road here all morning. Two things. Did you guys mention something about Colin Kaepernick? Pat did, closer to 8 o'clock, or I don't know if it was just before 8 o'clock, talking about Colin Kaepernick. Did he attend Michigan?
I don't know that for sure, but I know he's going to be at the, I think the story has to do with him being at the Michigan game. I'm not sure what the story was. I only caught a glance of it, and I didn't hear Pat's sports. But I knew that there was a story recently about him and Michigan, and he's going to be present at a game or something of that nature. But
yeah,
by the time the hour is over, I'll get a hold of Pat and we'll try and find out.
Yeah, that makes me sick. Okay. Other issue, the fight, and you saying it's in Coleman. It is not in Coleman. It is several miles northeast of Coleman. Several departments are responding, including Coleman, but please stop saying the fire is in Coleman.
Well, that's the information we got from whoever provides the information. I think they looked at the area rather than specifically in the middle of town. but we'll make note.
And M18 and Curtis is correct. It's closer to Beaverton.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Good enough. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye now.
Okay.
All right. That opens up the lines for you, and we'll see if we can get a hold of Pat and get some confirmation on the Kaepernick story. In the meantime, Errol is in Saginaw. Errol, good morning.
Let's see. It's windy enough. I tied down my 3 hairs on the top of my head. So,
you got 3. Wow.
3. Yeah, I may have to brush them off. The other day you had a topic on needing 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
That got my attention. I'm probably one of the only persons that does not need an alarm clock. If you want me to wake you up at 2:15 in the morning, tell me in the morning before you go to bed what time you want to get up. At the time, about a half an hour beforehand. And
I'll remember that. I'll have you call me from now on.
I can do that. I can't remember the last time I set an alarm clock, Art.
Well, you don't have to, though, but you have a body clock that just works that way, huh?
Yeah, but it's been that way my whole life. And when that young lady said that, well, your body requires 8 hours worth of sleep, I thought to myself, is that something new? I do not, when I go to bed. Now, last night I went to bed at, let's see, 1:30. I think I was up at 4 this morning. I don't lack anything in sleep at all. That my body doesn't need 8 hours worth of sleep. It really does not, and I've always been that way.
Yeah, and you're lucky. You're lucky. I know. I usually don't get 8 hours either. Even though I try, because usually my little puppy is up on the bed waking me up to go out 2 o'clock in the morning. So
you don't have duct tape?
No. And but I've always been a restless sleeper and in and out sleeper. I'd get a couple hours, I'd wake up, and I'd get a couple of more hours, I'd wake up, I get a couple of more. So that's why I asked her if it's cumulative, and she said it was. So I'm happy with that.
I've been to a couple of doctors about this, and they could not believe it. And they said, I don't know why you're so damn odd, but it's just...
Oh, Errol, I've always known you're odd.
Well,
I've known you a long time, Errol.
This morning, but, I'm maybe one of the few people that don't require an alarm clock, period.
That's cool.
All
right.
Yeah, it is. I don't recall ever missing work on the fire department in 25 years by being late. The only time I ever supposed to pick a guy up on the corner and I waved at him as I went by because I forgot that I had to stop and pick him up and take him to the station.
You waved at him. That's funny.
Oh, I waved at him as I went by. We had a discussion when I got to the station. So he managed to get there without being late. But I don't ever recall in all the years on the department, I was never late once in 25 years.
That's
once.
good. So you were able to bounce out of the sack when the alarm went off at 2 o'clock in the morning, right?
You know what? At 2 o'clock in the morning, it's in the dispatch. You know where the dispatcher's office is?
Yeah.
The minute that I could, I knew when it was a box 5 for a house fire. Done just by listening from the dorm to the operator's room, and you know what that building's like.
Yep. You know what wakes me up when I do my ride along? I'll hear the click before the alarm goes off and the lights come on. The click will wake me up, and I'll say, "Uh-oh, it's going to go."
Well,
you get used to certain things.
Yes, you do. Talk to you later, sir.
Take care,
Have a
Earl.
nice day.
You too. Bye now.
Bye.
And we have another Chris with us. This one in Saginaw. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
You're not the first to know, because I know that when you were up on their program for hiring kids, a professor out there of philosophy, Dave Nichols, told you that we're going to have the Greek festival.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This is
imagine a Greek guy teaching philosophy.
Gee, what a concept. So give me the dates. What's the dates? What's the dates? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Father's Day weekend.
Say that again.
Father's Day weekend.
For the Greek festival, Father's Day weekend, mid-June.
Yep.
All right. Now, Kaepernick.
Now, Kaepernick. Kaepernick, I saw it on the tablet this morning. He's being honored as president of one of their spring practice games.
Oh, okay.
At U of M. Because he used to play for Harbaugh, okay? So, I mean, I'm not a fan of Kaepernick by all means, but that's the lot that's what's behind it.
All right.
And as far as sleeping goes, my wife is a terrible sleeper. And I told her if she was a nice guy like I am, she wouldn't have any problem sleeping.
Oh, Chris. And you're still married to her, huh?
In a lot of trouble.
And you're still married to her, yeah?
Years. Yeah.
All right, friend. Well, look, I'm glad to hear about the Greek festival, though. It's always a fun time.
Okay, you take it easy, Art.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye now. All right, that opens the lines for you, Saginaw, Bay City, everywhere, actually. 989-752-6111, and we will be back.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your paycheck. To local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks. And how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
Fish Fry Friday. Fish Fry Friday. It's that time of year again for fish fries on a Friday from the Sawmill Pub and Grill. Stop into the Sawmill Pub and Grill this Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Dine in with family or bring your friends. You won't be disappointed. Open to the public and ready to serve up the best fish dinners in town. The Sawmill Pub and Grill is located at 19 Sawmill Boulevard in Saginaw Township off M47.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why are you paying full price when you know that you can save money at Rocket Grab Plus? Deals right now from Salon Blue Day Spa and Boutique, 120 Fit Creative Center, Woody's Hot Dogs, Wonder Burger, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Tim's taxes were an unbelievably tangled mess.
The IRS just wouldn't work with me. Then Optima got involved, and I mean, they really got involved.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
It's like having two lives, the one before Optima Tax and the one after.
Do what Tim did. Call Optima now for a free consultation. Call 9933 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
An inflation gauge closely monitored by the Fed jumped 6.4% in February compared with a year ago, leaving out volatile prices for food and energy, the so-called core inflation.
That year-over-year number, 5.4%. We were looking for 5.5%. That's a 39-year high. And then the month-over-month data coming in line, 0.4%.
Cheryl Network. Initial jobless claims, 202,000 versus the 197,000 expected. And bad news for carnivores. The price of meat is expected to continue climbing, according to a new analysis from Evercore ISI, which projects that meat and poultry prices will keep rising, though pricier cuts like steak could level off or even drop as shoppers change their buying patterns. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
After 9/11, Saul Martinez couldn't wait to enlist. In Iraq, his vehicle was hit with an explosive device. Saul survived, but he lost both legs, suffered a traumatic brain injury, and lost 2 close friends. Saul now lives in a smart home from the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which gave him back his independence despite his severe physical challenges. Help heroes like Saul. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org.
Annette Glenn pledged she'd fight to cut car insurance costs. She pushed legislation giving drivers more choice, reducing premiums. Coming soon, a $400 refund check per vehicle. Annette Glenn got the job done. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
We last week did our annual predictions for the Academy Awards, something that we have been doing for a number of years now. How did we do, we asked. Do you really want to know, I asked. Do you remember what you chose?
Not a bit.
Obviously. It was bleak, gentlemen. At least everyone got at least one right.
Okay. Darn it. I was looking for a perfect year.
In reverse. Art, yeah, you had one. Dave, you had one right. Pat, you had one right.
Okay. Woohoo.
I actually had four right.
Oh, all right.
Outshining us all once again.
Really?
Yes, as she has done several times, because Ann Williams, once again proving that the female mind is much smarter than the male mind. Five right.
Wow.
Out of 7.
And is the champion.
Ann is the champion.
How about that?
Once again, shaming us all.
Well, let's understand that shaming us all is not necessarily a badge of honor. It doesn't take much.
The Morning Team Show. Weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show,
Apple and Facebook just handed over your data to hackers.
do the hackers have something I want? Are you serious?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, Thursday morning. And callers waiting. Let's see who's up next here. We have Scott in Saginaw first. Scott, good morning.
Hey, morning, Art. How you doing?
Doing well.
All right, I got a couple of topics I'd like to hit real quick. If we look back 1 year from yesterday, the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle, and the president both came on national television and told us, if you get the vaccine, you will not get this virus, period.
Yeah, well.
And she took it a step further. Well, she took it a step further and said, not only do we have clinical tests on this, we have practical application. If we fast forward to today, we look at Jen Psaki. Not only has she had COVID twice in the last 5 months, she has all the vaccines and she's up to date.
Yeah, but also let's remember that there were a lot of doctors telling us the same thing, so it wasn't just them. What I'm going to tell you is that was not a political statement. That was a statement that was being put forth not only by them but by the medical community, so we get the vaccine. And yeah, it's proven that you could still get it, but it does diminish the outcome, and it helps. But they said one thing and it was another thing, no doubt about that. But I'm not going to call it a political statement because there were a lot of other people saying the same thing.
Okay. Well, I'll drop it. I said my point on it.
Yep, that's good.
The next one is, if you've been paying attention, have you been watching the January 6th commission? Because they went from calling it the insurrection about 8 or 9 days ago to a soft coup. And I said, why would they change it from an insurrection to a soft coup? And if you look back, that's right about the same time we find out that Donald Trump is taking Hillary Clinton in her campaign to court.
Yeah.
Her attempt of the soft coup in 2016.
Yeah. There is good news on the front, though. Here's the good news. They are finally looking deeply into Hunter Biden. Took long enough.
Well, again, our president right now flat out lied about that, but I don't want to stick on him. One more topic real quick. This administration now wants to drop Title 42. That's where it's holding people with pandemic stuff down there at the border from people coming in, overflowing.
Yeah, they want to change the asylum rules.
Exactly. And what they're estimating is 18,000 illegal people will pour across our borders daily, which means that'll be over half a million.
Yep.
For the year, 12 million undocumented people who are not coming here to be united with America. They're coming here to get free stuff, and some of them are coming here to destroy stuff.
Yep. Listen, I have no use for his border. I have no use for his border policy. So,
but these Democrats need to understand this. We are coming into a dangerous time. Over 150 countries of people are pouring across our border.
Yeah.
Who are they? We don't have homes for. This president's putting billions into facilities for the illegals. And again, they're people, but I'm going to call them what they are. They're illegal because they're illegally crossing the border.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree. I don't disagree with you at all on that. Absolutely.
All right.
So I think that's
I
an
just wanted
issue.
to bring them up.
That's an issue that needs to be resolved, and it needs to be resolved not only by whoever the president is, but by Congress. And they have had a habit of kicking the immigration ball down the road time after time after time. And so consequently, we find ourselves in this situation. We have an administration that's less apparently concerned about it, and we end up where we are, and it's unfortunate. So, all right, my friend.
It is. All right, thanks, Art.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Yep, you too.
Terry is in Bay City. Terry, good morning. Terry, are you there? Anybody seen Terry? All right, let's move on. Let's talk to Arthur in Muskegon. Arthur, good morning. All right, guys, what's happening at the station? Hello. Is anybody on duty? We lost Mark? Mark, okay, let's go to Mark. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Art. How are you?
Hey,
sir?
we found somebody. Good. Go ahead.
You guys had a story in regards to football, kids playing football, getting hurt and stuff like that. Should they play? Shouldn't they play? I think something like that. But my question is, it's kind of like the coffee thing. Is coffee good for you or not good for you?
Depends what week it is.
Yeah, and it's not settled science. But what I don't understand is why do they pick on that field or that sport when you have pads, helmets, elbow pads?
Because it's kids, and because concussion protocols have become mandatory in all of these contact sports, hockey, football, you name it.
Why aren't they going after soccer? I mean, there's more head injuries, more knee, shin, break, ankles. In soccer, when there's no pads, no helmets, why are they going after the football? There's helmets, pads.
I would caution you that I imagine they do have protocols in soccer. It's just not the forefront thing because you have to put on pads and helmets and all of that stuff and still get injured. It's almost a story in itself.
Well, you can get hurt riding a bike with a helmet.
Yeah.
as
Oh,
well.
you can. Absolutely, you can.
I just don't understand the cancel. The trying things. I mean, you got to have.
Well, don't turn this into politics, because this has nothing to do with politics.
Well,
absolutely nothing to do with politics. This has to do with concerned league owners and league runners who don't want to get sued, and parents who don't want their kids injured. I mean, there's a lot going on here. It's not political.
I guess I just lived in a different time, Art, and
well, yeah, I did too. But that doesn't mean you don't change with the times either. You and I may have lived in a different time. That doesn't mean it was the best time. It was for us.
I tell you what, playing dodgeball was a great time. There was nothing wrong with dodgeball.
Hey, I played soccer. I played baseball. I played tennis.
Yeah.
And
you're still here.
Yeah, and I'm still here. Now I got my bruises and I got my, my up. I got my Cummins up and all that stuff, but it's still, that's what we knew back then. That doesn't mean you don't learn and improve and become more concerned. So you do.
That, though, in football, when you say learn and improve, they're talking about should they play or not play, but that's not improving. That's making a choice.
That shouldn't be. I mean, you figure out how to improve the situation, but you don't cancel the sport. That's for sure. But I will tell you this, in being involved in the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Club, it's a very, very serious concern, because let's be honest about this now. What are we learning about football players that played for years and years and have mental problems and mental issues because of the concussive action they took? This has become a very, very serious topic inside sports. And they will come down on the side of caution every time. Now, they're not going to cancel the sport, but they are going to be more aware of concussive injury, and they are going to take firmer action, even when the players don't want it. The players say, I feel fine. I want to get back out on the ice. Well, no, you're not. You're down for X number of games or whatever. because they're
Well,
they're
is
very
boxing
serious about it.
Well, is boxing off limits then? Is that just a sport?
I would have to
like-
think
and
they
then-
should take the same concerns. I would have to think they would have the same concerns. They should if they don't.
Okay.
They should if
All
they
right.
don't, because you can have lasting
enough.
effects. Now, you and I were lucky, but it can have. Although
Yeah.
some people would tell me my brain's scrambled, but you know it can have lasting effects. So you sometimes, depending on the individual, sometimes you do well with it, other times you don't. So, hey,
And I land on life is full.
well, life is full of risks. Absolutely, you can't protect everybody from everything, but where you can have an impact, why wouldn't you? That's the way I look at it. I mean, if you can have a positive impact, that's fine. But that doesn't mean cancel culture should say, well, you can't play anymore. That's nonsense.
Well, I agree.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Good enough, Mark.
Fair
Have a
enough.
good one. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye now. A break, and then we'll be back. We'll get to Gene in Bay City when we return.
Saginaw Children's Zoo in mind while you're shopping for special gifts this year. Visit our website to purchase a membership. Make it a while from the zoo to your little ones. Stay connected to what's happening at the Saginaw Children's Zoo by visiting our website at saginawzoo.com.
Saginaw Children's Zoo. How do you do?
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for JB's Market in Munger. You are going to get 2 4-packs of breakfast brats for all. JB's breakfast brats are delicious, and they're an all-day brat. You can either eat them in the morning with your eggs or on a bun in the afternoon. Don't forget to follow JB's Market on Facebook. Every Monday, they post their weekly ads, so be sure to check it out. And head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
And now a small business setback delivered by a kind French stranger.
Monsieur, there was an accident. The windshield of your catering van is, how do you say, kaput? But Progressive has an extensive network of repair shops. Now, we think about the old days. Brave marin revient de guerre.
When business, it's comforting to know you have Progressive Commercial. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Croissance for everyone.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historically low rates combined with rising home values means that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about our smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Under NMLS number 174457, licensed in all 50 states.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming.
A chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
The Saginaw Spirit play here.
Backhand tipped and scores! Out of midair, Nick Wong, and the Spirit regain the...
Night for Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit will try to make it 4 straight wins when they visit the Sioux Greyhounds for a Friday night battle. Game time coverage begins at 6:50 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW. The Spirit return home Saturday night to take on the Sarnia Sting. For ticket information, visit SaginawSpirit.com.
Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on WSGW. This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
And we return. We're back with you on this Thursday morning. Back to our phones, and let's talk to Jean in Bay City. Jean, good morning to you.
Thank you for taking my call.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for your show. I have 2 friends that are 79, and I'm 82. The 3 of us went for 2 years avoiding the virus. You know, and stayed home and on, got our boosters. Well, this March, after 2 years of being careful, all 3 of us got the virus.
Oh, really? But because you had your boosters,
yes, all 3 of us had our boosters.
so you had reduced symptoms.
Yes.
Yeah.
But please let me finish. My one friend was battling cancer, and when she got the virus, she passed away. My other friend and I are doing pretty good, almost over it. But we all have to buy groceries. When you go to the checkout line now, they're wearing masks, and the customers ahead of us are not wearing masks.
No.
When you pay for you have to go through the checkout and pay for your groceries. Well, the people ahead of us, when they are finished, we step right in where they've been breathing out germs and everything with no mask. And even though all 3 of us all wore masks at the grocery store, somehow we all got it. And
So what does that tell you about the mask?
I beg your pardon?
What does that tell you about the mask?
Well, I think it helps, but it's no guarantee.
Exactly.
And plus, you're also touching surfaces.
Right.
And I unfortunately, because they keep acting like it's over with, I don't always wash my hands the way I should either. But my minister, she says, every month you should try and do one kind, unselfish thing for at least one other person.
Amen.
Thank you. And I love her. She's such a wonderful person. And I would like, when you go to the grocery store, us elderly, we have to buy groceries, and we have to go through the checkout lines. When you get close to the checkout, put on a mask and just be kind and considerate and unselfish.
Well,
just put on a mask until you check out and you go out the door into the fresh air, then take it.
Well, I'll tell you, Gene, you and I both know that's not going to happen anymore. People were fed up with masks. They were tired of them. And we're seeing that because now when you go in a grocery store, instead of seeing 95% of the people in masks, you see 5% of the people in masks and the rest unmasked. And I'm guilty. I'll tell you that right now. And I've had all the shots and I'm about to get a 4th and all that stuff. But I think what's happened is society has reached a breaking point where enough was enough and they're tired of it. And consequently, it's leading to what you're talking about. And yeah, there's going to be cases that maybe shouldn't have happened, like yourself and your friends. And by the way, I'm in your same age group. You know, I'm 79.
I know.
So I understand what you're saying and what you're suggesting, but the reality is that's a day gone by. It isn't going to happen.
You know, in the olden days, people seemed like they were more kind, and unselfish and considerate of others. This seems like people have forgotten about God and forgotten about being decent, and people seem to be so self-centered and selfish.
I'll tell you what my theory is, and that's social media. We're beat over the head with stuff constantly. We're social media. On the one hand, what a great tool, great technology, and all that stuff. On the other hand, it's the bane of society. It just, I think it has changed us. And what you say is true, but what you say hasn't happened overnight. It's been generationally happening since about the 60s, and it seems to get worse and worse. And here we are today. So
but people can change back. I mean, we're in Easter season.
Yep. Well, good luck.
How hard is it to put on a mask for 5?
Well, it's not, but
when you go through the checkout line.
How hard is it? How hard is it to go to church? How hard is it to pray to God? Well, look at the polls. Guess what? We're less religious today in America than we've ever been. And
I know
so,
you're right. The ministers are saying the same thing, and but people can change back.
Well, I hope you're right, but I have to be also honest and don't think it's going to happen.
Well, God bless you for your show.
Thanks, Gene.
For yourself.
And thanks for calling. I always enjoy talking to you. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Al, hang on. We'll get to you right after these notes.
Hometown feel and big time. Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel. This is a getaway that makes you feel right at home. And now, sports betting is here. That's right. You can bet on games in every season as you enjoy all the tasty food and live sports on TVs throughout the Creekside Lounge. Got a favorite? Got a hunch? Get to Saginaw Eagles Landing to wager props, parlays, and more. Sports betting puts you right in the action, and there's no better place to watch a game than the Creekside Lounge. Sports betting is just one more reason to get here. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. You must be 18 or older to wager. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Economists are warning Russia could trigger devastating inflation, worse than the current 40-year highs. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to protect your savings right now with a gold IRA through Birch Gold, the only company I trust for gold. Just text the word SECURE to 989898 to get a free info kit on how to protect your savings with gold. So text the word SECURE to 989898.
This is Fogelman, ready to hustle for that muscle.
Membership numbers at Sly's Gym have been racking up.
22 people.
Now he needs more certified trainers to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm going to have to bulk up my staff.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you know what people see when they Google? Don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable. Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Mike King of Michigan-based Brenton USA Hunting Rifles, plus Tom Campbell of Woods and Water News. In hour number 2, it's Michigan's Morel Master Clay Edney, plus Gary Whalen of the DNR. And in our third hour, we're talking with Chris Durson of Rapid River Knives. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. Sharp break right at the plate.
Late movement, everybody.
Skubal strikes out the side.
The countdown is on. 8 days until opening day. Your home for the Tigers is WSGW.
Hi, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show for this Thursday morning, and back to our phones. We'll go to Midland and talk to Al this morning. Good morning, Al.
Good morning, sir, and thanks for the invitation into the conversation.
Sure.
Hey, onto the mask thing. I wear the masks when I'm in confined areas where I think there's contagious problems, and when I'm in a great big store with a lot of air movement, these big box stores, I feel fairly safe not having the mask on, so I take it off. In there, and the contagion level has gone way down. But when I go visit the hospital or one of the assisted living, those are hotbed areas for those germs. Everybody's contained. The hallways are tight. They're small little areas, so
And some of them,
I wear a mask there.
Yeah, some of them still require it, don't they?
No, Midland's dropped that.
Have they dropped it all?
Assisted living. They still do it at the hospital, but hospitals are overly. They're germ factories even when we don't have a pandemic.
Yes, they are.
So I stay away from hospitals as much as possible. Hey, on the I had put a brick on my recycle bin out front. The lid kept blowing open.
Yeah.
We're getting gusty wind every now and then. Hey, on gas prices, I blame Biden for this. If we were drilling our own oil and had our own supplies,
well, all right.
we would be in a lot better shape.
He's going to open the reserves to 1 million barrels a day, but that's
a trickle.
That's a trickle. Yeah. All right. Hey, I got to run because I have a caller I have to get to, but we'll talk more. Got to run. All right, let's move over now because, again, we want to remind you of something going on at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. And Tim McCulloch is with us from the casino, where he is a senior executive casino host. Tim, good morning to you. Welcome back.
Good morning, Art. Nice talking to you again.
So we are talking about the new Ascend Sportsbook at the casino. I have a question. I was going to ask you this the other day, and I forgot. We've had all these other sports books out since the law passed. I mean, the law passed, and boom, there they were. You guys took your time. What brought that about?
We wanted to get the right partner and make sure when we did come out, we were doing it with all our guests in mind to make sure that they have the best experience possible. And coming out with, the big championship game and getting our brick and mortar set up so the guests have ease to all their kiosks and, of course, the sports betting window. And choosing Ascend, I think, was the right choice. It feels good right now.
And we should point out, though, that you will also have a phone app like everybody else, right?
Yes, correct. Yes, we're hoping in the middle of the month to bring our mobile app out to everybody. We're going to have 400 plus games where a lot of people came out and they didn't have as many games to choose from as well. So that'll add to the guest experience as well. So we're really excited about announcing all that and getting that to everybody so they can do it wherever they deem necessary.
Tim, serious question. When a casino like Soaring Eagle comes out with a product which, on the one hand, is what they do, but on the other hand, it's self-competing. Do you expect this is going to have impact on attendance at the casino?
No, not at all. No, I think people want to come in and enjoy all the, obviously the drink specials, all the apps, all that great food that Ascend has to offer. On top of that, it's just great service at that point. So you'll be able to come in and be part of the experience rather than just doing it on the app.
Yeah,
as some people do. And it's good to have both ways, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
We're trying to be the ones leading that charge of giving the best guest service as possible, and that's really what we're all about in general. I mean, I hear it all the time from all of our guests. Great to come in, have that service, have all the excitement on top of that, and I think Ascend is going to bring that to us.
All right, so let's talk about Ascend Sportbook inside Soaring Eagle Casino. When does it start, and where is it located in the casino?
It's located in the back of the casino. It is going to start April 4th. 4 p.m., we're going to have our ribbon cutting. The other day, having the Flintstones involved. They're going to come and be part of that celebration. They're going to give pregame analysis and bring that electricity to the event at 7 p.m. So they'll be able to give some great insight, as you know, as they're champions themselves. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, we get to the game at 9 o'clock. The Coors girls are going to come in and bring in the celebration team. That'll be a big part of that. Bring in the swag, have great drink specials, $2 bottle beers, $1.75 Coors draft. It's just going to be a great time. And first 100 through the door are going to get a sports T-shirt. So that's exciting as well. It's just going to be a great night. Maybe play some wagers. And, if you do that three-leg parlay, you'll get a half off apps as well. So a coupon at the window. And we're just going to have a great time. It should be a great game. And once again, you got the sports ticker, the great atmosphere. You can't lose. Come on out and be a part of it and join the party.
And it sounds like it's going to be, of course, the day of the championship game. So that could very well be your first bet, right?
100%. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there.
Sounds like a fun time. Well, again, Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, the Ascend Sportsbook opens on the 4th. And we thank you for spending a little time with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks. We look forward to having everybody out there and having a good time. And we'll see you there, Art.
All right, Tim. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
You bet.
That's Tim McCulloch. He is Senior Executive Casino Host for Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Speaking of which, I will be there this Saturday because it's Shipshewana on the road. So we'll be talking to you from the casino this Saturday morning. Back to close out this hour after these notes.
Staying on top of agriculture's latest trends and developments can be a full-time job. The new bi-weekly podcast from UPL Open Ag can help. Hosted by veteran farm broadcaster Ken Root. The Root of the Matter is a frank and open conversation with some of the brightest minds in agriculture, exploring the topics that affect your operation, your livelihood, and your lifestyle. Look for The Root of the Matter wherever you find your favorite podcasts, or visit uplrootofthematter.com.
It came in waves, ruthlessly eliminating the toughest, hard-to-kill grassy weeds in wheat. Everest 3.0 herbicide delivers superior flush after flush control of wild oats and green foxtail. And Everest 3.0 is registered for use on yellow foxtail, Japanese brome, and key broadleaf weeds that can invade your wheat and rob your yields. Ask your retailer about Everest 3.0. Always read and follow label directions.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and all less consumer access. Over 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money simply to play. Radio goes silent. Text local to 52886. Protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
All right, we're back with you, but not for long because the hour's winding down. Puts this one in the can, as they say. Next hour, we're going to talk. We're going to start out talking to Amy Hawkins, and she is going to tell us all about Police Week, celebrating those that protect us. Meantime, stick around. We've got news coming up at the top of the hour. That'll be from CBS, the national and international news, and of course, the local report will bring you up to date on the Great Lakes Bay region and the state of Michigan. So stick around for that, and we will be back to talk to Amy right after the news next on WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Expected to take another step to try to bring down soaring fuel prices. CBS's Monica Ricks.
The president is reportedly ready to tap the nation's oil reserves and release up to 1 million barrels of oil per day. A plan has not been finalized, but sources say this could go on for several months.
Oil analysts like Phil Flynn say it won't do much good.
They may get their drop in price for a day or two, then the lower prices are going to encourage more demand and prices are going to go back up.
The average price for a gallon of regular today, $4.22. Vladimir Putin's just announced EU countries buying Russian gas will need ruble accounts in tomorrow. Heavy fighting between Russian and Ukrainian troops is reported outside Kyiv and elsewhere, days after the Kremlin announced it would de-escalate. Correspondent Holly Williams reports from Kherson.
Andriy Rogalski was a crane operator until he signed up earlier this month. He's had just 2 weeks basic training and told us he's frightened he could be killed, but said he and the others here have defeated those fears because they know what they're fighting for.
It's pure evil.
Pure evil.
Check in on jobs in the U.S. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
New applications for unemployment assistance came in at 202,000. That is up from the slightly revised level of 188,000. This number is a bit higher, but still historically low.
Consumer spending ticked up 0.2% in February. We are just getting word from Western Florida. 2 people have been killed, 2 injured by a tornado that touched down in the Panhandle this morning. At least 40 twisters are confirmed in parts of the South over the past day, including one in Van Cleve, Mississippi.
The whole house was shaking. You could just hear ripping apart. And we came in, saw everything's gone. The shed's gone. All of our tools, equipment, most of our stuff is gone.
The UN finds nearly half of all pregnancies around the world are Population Fund's Monica Farrow.
We must make pregnancy an aspiration, not an inevitability. And we do that by empowering women and girls to make affirmative choices about sexual activity and motherhood.
CBS News has learned Democratic Senators Elizabeth Warren and Richard Blumenthal want a federal investigation of Hertz and arrests over bogus claims of renters driving stolen cars. CBS's Anna Werner.
Some of these people are arrested at gunpoint. Some of them have gone to jail. Some of them have told us that they have lost jobs or licenses to practice, for example, a real estate license because of charges filed against them. Some are still being prosecuted.
This is CBS.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter?
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why are you paying full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out our deals right now from Salon Blue Day Spa and Boutique, 120 Fitness, Uplift Creative Center, Woody's Hot Dogs, Wonder Burger, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Circle up, team. We've got status.
Evelyn's marketing consultancy client roster is skyrocketing.
Okay, so this week is a biggie. We've got the pitch and 3 client meetings.
She needs another analyst before her team's free time plummets.
Who's running the competitive analysis on fruit snacks?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do-it-yourselfer or direct-it-yourselfer?
Every weekend, people tell us about overspending on projects they could have handled themselves for lots less money.
And we hear from people who ended up overspending because they tried to do something they should have called in a pro to tackle.
Well, we'll help you sort it out. I'm Tom Kreitler.
And I'm Leslie Segretti. Got a remodeling or a repair project?
We can help you decide whether to do it yourself or direct it yourself this weekend on the Money Pit Home Improvement Radio Show.
Saturday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
52 degrees, cloudy sky at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Rick Antonio. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services has partnered with Public Library to provide free at-home COVID-19 tests. More than 24,000 tests have been provided to more than 70 libraries, including Saginaw area libraries of Hoyt, Wicks, Bootman Fish, the Bad Axe Area District Library, Harrison Public Library, and the Thomas E. Fleschner Memorial Library in Birch Run Township. The kits may be beneficial, especially as students and parents return to school and work following spring break trips. Strong winds with gusts over 35 miles an hour are causing power outages in the Tri-City area this morning. Broken utility poles have resulted in the largest outage, which is in the city of Midland area, where 1,783 customers lost power around 9 a.m. Consumers has projected the restoration time. Another outage north of Midland knocked out power to 113 customers, with power restoration estimated at 2 p.m. Another outage along I-75 near Freeland Road, near the Bay-Saginaw County line, has caused an outage for 144 customers, with power expected back around 2:30. Gusty winds are expected throughout the day and may lead to additional outages. What one observer called a massive fire has destroyed a Midland County plastics plant this morning. The fire was discovered around 6 a.m. at Robinson Industries on West Curtis Road near M18, about 5 miles north of US 10. Units from several fire departments, including Coleman and Beaverton, responded to the wind-whipped blaze. Area residents reported hearing some explosions after the fire broke out. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, with no report of injury. While putting pen to paper on that $4.8 billion infrastructure package supported last week by state law, as Michigan is behind other states in spending COVID-related funding from the federal government. MNN's Jason Scott has more.
A lot of other states have already deployed everything that they've received. In fact, most Midwest states have already done that.
Garnering bipartisan support, the plan will now send about $1.75 billion to drinking water safety programs, plus hundreds of millions for dam upkeep, roads, and bridges. It'll also have money for expanding high-speed internet and affordable housing.
So every day that these dollars aren't appropriated has an opportunity cost with it. We see inflation continue to eat more of what we're able to do with these dollars, and certainly workforce is another complicating factor. So I've been trying to encourage the legislature to move quickly with us to prioritize things like this.
WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Wool Files in Saginaw is looking for an experienced parts counter person. You must be prompt, dependable, and knowledgeable in lawn and garden equipment. And receive an excellent benefit package at a clean, well-respected local business. For an opportunity to fill this rewarding position at one of the area's oldest, highly respected repair shops, bring a resume and apply in person to Dave at 5818 State Street, Saginaw, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. This is a full-time position and starts now. Wool Files, Ace Hardware, 5818 State Street, Saginaw. Wool Files is an equal opportunity employer.
A good grower always knows the forecast, and with interest rates forecasted to rise in the near future, there's never been a better time to lock in a historically low rate on a new irrigation system at your local Zematic dealer. For a limited time, get an additional 1% interest rate discount on already low financing and the earliest delivery dates in the industry, so your new Zematic pivot is ready to roll this spring. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
WSGW News Time at 10:08. A retired canine officer who spent almost police department is feeling the physical effects of his service. TV5 reports Kanjo, a German Shepherd, was used by the department for jobs like locating missing persons, tracking suspects, and other tasks. The years of work have taken their toll. Retired in 2019, Kanjo has since had to undergo back surgery and is facing further medical care. Kanjo's police handler, Doug Stacer, now takes care of Kanjo. He says not a single dollar of the city of Saginaw budget pays for currently working or retired canine officers. It's all done by donation. Kanjo's medical expenses are paid either by donation also or out of pocket and are in the tens of thousands of dollars. Information on how to help the Canine Kanjo Facebook page. A new study suggests that Michigan drinkers think booze is worth the weight gain. MNN Sandra McNeil has more.
The study from drugabuse.com asked over 4,200 people how much weight they'd be willing to gain if it meant they could keep drinking alcohol. Officials say the average drinker in Michigan is prepared to gain 12 pounds if they can keep tipping them up. Over half of those surveyed apparently wrongly believe that alcohol calories are different than those from other food and drinks. The state with the drinkers willing to gain the most weight is Rhode Island at 28 pounds.
And since 1976, Saginaw Valley State University's alumni recognized more than 140 graduates for their personal and professional success and civic engagement. This year, the association has honored 5 people with the Distinguished Alumni Award and 3 with the Young Alumni Award. The Distinguished Alumni Award recognizes graduates of SVSU for distinguished service and accomplishment in any field of human endeavor that enhances the prestige of the university, while the Young Alumni Award is presented to young SVSU alumni who have contributed to student campus life at SVSU, maintain a connection to the university, demonstrate a strong work ethic, and show evidence of professional achievement and civic service. You can visit svsu.edu/alumni this year's recipients. WSGW News Time, 10:11. When you see news happening, call the WSGW Newsroom at 752-0790. Again, it's 10:11. I'm Rick Antonio.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. A wind advisory is in effect here for the forecast area. Few spotty rain showers early today, otherwise cloudy sky conditions. Temperatures steady early, then slowly fall throughout the day. Breezy winds out of the west around 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 45. And for tonight, mostly cloudy and a low near 31. Friday, partial sunshine develops, high 41. By Saturday, a chance for rain showers here late. Partial sunshine, a high of 47. Sunday, partly sunny skies, and we'll see high around 48 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast.
Currently, it's 50.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, the Art Lewis Show from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio. Nice to have you with us. And a program brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty, 989-295-7713, the number to call to put Linda to work for you. And you can stop in and visit Pinnacle Realty at the Point, M46 and M47 in Saginaw Township, where you'll also find Cafe 476 with their delicious soups, foods, and beverages. Coming up in May, and we'll give you dates and everything on it, is Police Week Michigan. We're going to talk about that this morning and the role of police in our community and how we support them. We're going to do that with the Citizen Committee Chair of Police Week Michigan. We say good morning to Amy Hawkins. Amy, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on.
Oh, glad to have you with us this morning. It's for me, and I should tell you this up front, it's a no-brainer for me. My dad was a special agent in Treasury Federal, and I'm the co-chair of the Saginaw Crime Prevention Council and on the Media Law Enforcement Committee, and I serve with all kinds of police chiefs. And as a matter of fact, I'm having lunch with the sheriff today. So I'm a huge supporter of the police and their role in our community. So tell us about what you do and what the Police Week is all about here in Michigan.
So, yes, thank you for the opportunity. So in 2018, when law enforcement was being pummeled, as they still are, I'm just a citizen, just an everyday, a millennial, actually. My parents, my grandpas, my dad were in the military for law enforcement. And so my heart was being torn out as I just saw like everything that was happening around the nation. I reached out to Sheriff Mike Bouchard from Oakland County, a friend of mine. I'm like, what can I do? And he said, I wish Police Week was recognized like Memorial Day. And I'm like, what's Police Week? And so I started doing some research. Ends up, it's one of the best kept secrets in the nation. John F. Kennedy, President, JFK, in 1962 established May 15th for every year as being Police Officers Memorial Day. And that's the day when we as a nation have the opportunity to just collectively celebrate the sacrifice have served and lost their lives. But then the days surrounding the 15th are known as Police Week. So all over the nation, you have pockets of people that are choosing this set of days to celebrate, to pass resolutions, to just take a stand. So I went back to the sheriff and I said, what about if we start a statewide movement? And it was like giving a kid a Christmas gift that they dreamed of. And so I built a website, Police Week Michigan. We are in the process of being like a 501c3. So Police Week Michigan is specific, obviously, to Michigan, but the Police Week week is specific, available all over the nation. But this is something where we've just tried to rally. People can go to policeweekmichigan.com. Where my goal really is just to get citizens to stand up, speak up, and show up for law enforcement.
And I know that one of your board members was the late Frank Beckman. He was involved with the organization.
He was the best. And in fact, one of our meetings we had, he came and he's like, you guys, we need to do an event. And so we were planning to do this huge rally in 2020, and then COVID hit. So yes, he's one of our donors, just a huge supporter of law enforcement.
But there's in all the negativity that happened around 2018, 19 thereabouts, in a lot of these things there's a silver lining. And let me put this forth to you and see what you think of this. The silver lining was all of these folks that were yelling defund the police, and the communities that did so learned what a mistake that was. And now we're seeing just the opposite. We're seeing a return to funding the police at levels that make sense. Is that ring true with you?
Yes, I would say overall, we're in America, we're living that take things for granted. And we have, as American citizens across the nation, have just considered it default that the law enforcement is there. They have our back, they're there when we need them. But I think when the defund police movement initiated, it became this it was like this onion being peeled back, right? To see, like, it opened the eyes to see not everybody's with us. And there's a huge movement, air quotes, a huge movement of people that are against rule of law, law enforcement, boundaries, authority. But the truth is that the majority of citizens are pro-law enforcement. What I'm finding is voters, they are just not sure how to demonstrate their support. They know to buy an officer coffee, but there was actually an officer recently that said, he's like, I can buy my own coffee, but I need community members to speak up for us. And so I think if we can get citizens around the state and the nation that are being more vocal in their support, that when you hear leaders that are saying, oh, let's defund the police, or no, they don't need pay raises, that we as citizens speak up and say, no, actually, this is where we want our tax dollars to go, because they have our back and they're paying a huge price to do something that the majority of Americans do not want to do, and that's serve.
And the other side of this, and I think we have, in order to be honest about it, we also have to point out that, like every other profession, there are some bad apples, and those bad apples make it bad for the overwhelming majority. What happened to George Floyd is not the norm. The incidents we hear about are not the norms. They don't represent the tens of thousands of police officers, men and women, who put the uniform every day, go out, serve, protect, go home to their families. And we should be celebrating the fact these people put their lives on the line for us, literally.
Yes, and I would also echo that. I think I'm in the professional world. I'm in the communication space. And I think anytime a message is not delivered, the silence or the negative message carries the weight.
Yep.
And so I think you are right that the majority of Americans are pro-law enforcement. The majority of law enforcement are outstanding men and women. But that's where, with our movement, with Police Week Michigan, we also have a Facebook page where the purpose of it is to share the positive stories. Citizens, like I'm actually on the road right now, and I passed these two police officers that were, I slowed down. They were pulled over to the side. They were behind a car, and I thought, oh gosh, what's going on? They had their siren or their lights going. Ends up, they're helping someone change a tire. And so I think as we see more and more of those amazing acts of kindness, we need to talk about it. And that's where our Facebook page, we have a private Facebook group that has over 3,000 people in it. The email list that people are welcome to join. What we're focused on right now is May 15th is Police Officers Memorial Day. This year is May 15th through 21. So what I'm encouraging, council members, county commissioners, school boards all over the state to pass resolutions. And we have a template that we can get to people that it's basically just saying we recognize the role that law enforcement plays in our community and we appreciate you. But I'm encouraging communities to go a step farther. Do something for law enforcement, like whether you're buying them lunch or you're finding out what their family needs and you're giving them gift certificates. This is a special thank you. This is an amazing week of the year to just celebrate their sacrifice.
I'll give you another one. If wherever you live, there's a 100 club in your area, join it. The 100 clubs are clubs that have financial resources that, God forbid, an officer is killed in the line of duty. They go into the family and take care of everything expense-wise, so there's no other worries.
Thank you. I will look into that.
The 100 Club, we have one here in our area. There are a number of them in the state. And they do fabulous work, because when they get their fund to a certain level and they have more funds than they need, they start buying extra equipment for police departments who are budget strapped. And we have to recognize that's true. Right. So there's lots of ways to help. Also, locally, one of our local representatives, Tim Beeson, introduced and got passed and signed by the governor legislation to maintain the police memorial in Lansing, which there was no funding to take care of it. So there's a lot happening, and we need to tout that and get that word out there.
Well, and I also think, there's opportunities for businesses. I would encourage your listeners. I'm sure like the majority of them are like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to support police. Honestly, reaching out to your local sheriff and just saying, what can we as a business? I was in conversation recently with a sheriff who's like, we're looking to get a canine, and it costs X amount of dollars.
Thousands.
And I think, yes, thousands of dollars. And you're right. And that's what a lot of people don't know are these police officers, they are strapped for cash. And when you have like our local communities that are led by, in many places, by those that are pro defund the police, there has to be a stronger outcry of citizens like you and me that are speaking up to say, wait a second, not only do we need pro-law enforcement leaders on our, city councils, for example, we need citizens that are showing up to say it's important and we need to make this a priority.
Well, and what happens too is these folks that promote defund the police, they do find out about it. They find out when their crime goes up. And then they wonder why.
Yes.
Then they wonder why.
Yes. So. I know. And I just think the opportunity is, for the last 2 years, if it's taught us anything from the trials we've been through with COVID, one of the lessons is how valuable community is and how we really want to link arms together. Yep. And I think this movement with Police Week, as more and more people are saying, wait, we don't want to defund the police. This is something we can all rally around together.
Absolutely.
These communities stand and support. Even just letting law enforcement, one of their favorite things is getting notes from children. And so even if classrooms are just having kids draw pictures and sending those in, that will brighten their day. They need to be reminded that we have their back like they have ours.
Well, Amy, good chatting with you this morning. And if I can ever be of any help, you've heard my story now. So
yes, I will follow up with you because I would love to. This is all
Reach
about
out.
us networking together.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, thank you, sir, so much.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Amy Hawkins, Police Week, Michigan. She is the chair of the committee, and we appreciate her time this morning. I am an unabashed supporter of police, and will continue to be that way. And hope many join that effort and not be swayed by the few who misuse the badge. All right. We're going to go to open phones now for the remainder of the hour, right up through 11 o'clock this morning. Give us a call at 989-752-6111. That'll put you in touch with us, whatever you'd like to chat about.
As of March, Great Lakes Bay Health Center's COVID-19 drive-through testing locations are COVID-19 testing site by calling the COVID-19 hotline at 888-535-6136 or by contacting your local health department. More information can be found at GreatLakesBayHealthCenters.org. That's 888-535-6136 or GreatLakesBayHealthCenters.org.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
5 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, mouth abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
You probably wouldn't leave thousands of dollars on the table at a diner. Why leave thousands on the table with your tax return? Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you don't. This year, there are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits. Your Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro will help you track down every last one, so you get your biggest refund guaranteed. Don't leave thousands on the table this year. Discover thousands of dollars in tax credits instead. Learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
And this is the Fox Business Report.
A key inflation 40-year high. Annual inflation rose 6.4% in February, stripping out volatile food and energy prices. The personal consumption expenditures price index rose to 5.4%, just slightly below expectations. This as Americans continue to step up shopping, but at a cooler pace.
Personal spending up 0.2%, spending up 2%. We were looking for up 0.5%. That's a little bit weaker than expected. Income coming in line 0.5% as well.
Cheryl Casoni with the Fox Business Network. 202 filed for first-time jobless claims. That is higher than expected. Shares of Walgreens Boots Alliance lower in the pre-market, despite the company revealing that Walgreens delivered a better than forecast second quarter. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Are we about to see the end of the dollar? On March 9th, Biden signed an executive order for digital money piggybacking off Senate Bill 3571, the Digital Dollar Banking for All Act. The media says it's tool and a tool for government surveillance of citizens and control over their financial transactions. Protect your savings from Democrats. Get Monetary Gold's free protection guide. 1-7262. 888-201-7262. 888-201-7262. Paid for by Monetary Gold.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll, the Detroit Tigers 2020
several struggling years, Tigers showed signs of life last season with potential future success. Is this year that maybe Case will the most noted new addition, Javier Baez, spark more offense and a better defense? Do Spencer Torkelson and Riley Green get significant playing time? That leads to our poll question. What will the Tigers do in 2022? Will the Tigers finish below 500? Finish 500 or better? Will the Tigers make the playoffs? Will the Tigers play in the World Series?
That'd be a bit ahead of schedule.
It might be. What do you think the Tigers do in 2022? We want to know from you. Head to WSGW.com. Scroll down the homepage, find the online poll box, and make your votes, please. It all starts April 8th, opening day. Of course, all the games coming your way for a 55th consecutive year on WSGW 790, your home for Tigers baseball.
Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and let's get back to our phones. Bruce is in Saginaw. Bruce, good morning.
Good morning. I don't have the article in front of me right now, but I read on the internet this morning, it might have been a WNEM story about a retired Saginaw police dog that needs some back surgery, and they're looking for donations to help pay for that so the officer doesn't have.
Yeah, I think he's already had some back surgery, and I don't know if he's going to need more or not, but there's thousands of dollars worth of bills. Kunji, I think, is the dog's name.
Yeah, I was wondering whether that's something your 100 Club could help with.
That's a good question. I don't know. I would have to pose that question to the folks in the club. That's an interesting concept. I will ask. I would be in favor of it.
I mean, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the police dog is just like the police officer. So.
Absolutely. And and that's what, and I think the city has to take a look at this because apparently there is absolutely no money in their budget. Once the dog retires, the canine retires, that's it. Police officers get pensions and get other things, and I think they should have some kind of fund set up for these police dogs who need treatment when they retire. I would absolutely support that.
I agree. That's all I called for.
Bruce, I'm glad you did. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And let's go to Willard, Michigan, and talk to Joe this morning. Joe, good morning.
Yes, sir. This little concerns the going to kidnap Whitmer. Has to scheme along with the FBI agent.
Yep.
To kidnap Whitmer. There's so many things going on in this country. These guys were supposed conservatives that didn't like what Whitmer was doing, and when a conservative threatens a Democrat politician, they go to jail. Whoopi Goldberg and one of the Judd girls threatened right on national TV. They ought to blow up the White House, and they get nothing.
Yeah, well, there is
in this country.
Yeah, but here's the difference. I mean, the difference is, on the one hand, if we look at Whoopi Goldberg and that crew, they got the right to spout off. This is a free country, free speech, and they've got the right.
Why do they? Well, okay.
Because wait. Now I'm not done yet. Just a minute. Well, just a minute, Joe. They have the right to spout off as long as they don't act on it. These guys, the charges against these guys were that they were acting on it, and
they never did it though.
And so they were. So what do you want to do? Let me ask you this: you talk about robbing a bank all day long, all right? Do you want someone to prevent you from robbing the bank, or should we react after you rob the bank?
Well, I'm not a criminal until I do it.
Okay.
Am I?
No. Okay. Well, there are conspiracy laws. There are conspiracy laws for conspiring to commit crimes, and if you're taking action, within your planning, yeah, there are. I mean, They take down would-be bombers all the time who didn't set off the bomb, but they've taken the action where they could, and they are prevented. We need crime prevention in this country, not crime reaction.
I know. I understand that. You know, but what amazes me is how readily the FBI can get involved in things like this. But they just can't find anything of what Hillary did. They can't find anything what Comey did. You know, it's just amazing, Art, how selective they are in their investigations.
Well, I did listen. This is a case where don't judge the FBI by the few leaders that you're talking about that you and I agree should have done more than they did. The FBI is made up of thousands of young men and women who every day do exactly what police officers do. They're out there doing their jobs. They're investigating crimes. They're trying to prevent crimes. They do it all the time. And I want to separate them from the idiots that they've had lead them once in a while, because those are the people that make the decisions you're talking about, not the special agent on the street. He's not making those decisions.
Well, here's another one. I know a young state police, young and quite new to the state police. She was attached to the Ionia State Police, and it was a real foggy day. And this was reported in the paper. Real foggy day over by Ionia, and she was passing in the fog on a curve in a hill, and she hit a car head on and killed the driver of that car. Today, I hear on the news that she is still in the state police at another post somewhere else. I can't tell you right where, and I'm not going to say the name of her because
I'm not familiar
with her dad. I knew her dad for years, and he was a good guy. He was a cop.
All right.
And in fact, he was probably going to be a federal marshal if he'd have stuck around long enough. But it's disgusting how they treat people so differently because they wear a uniform.
Well, each case is unique. Each case is unique. They just suspended a trooper from the Tri-City Post because he smacked the guy who was in handcuffs, and that's being investigated. So don't, again, you can't generalize. Each case is unique.
But I know it, but what's going to happen with him?
I don't know what's going to happen with him, and neither do you.
I don't, but I'll bet you $1 to a donut he gets moved to a different post, and then don't get relieved of his duty.
Well, we'll find out.
What they do is they cover each other's back.
All right, listen, I'm going to stop you right there because that's you hear that all the time. We'll find out what happens to this guy, and if he's let go, what do you say then?
You keep track of it, Art, if you would.
I will. Don't worry, it'll be in the news.
When he gets moved to a different post, they won't tell you that.
And if he gets fired?
Have a good one, buddy.
And if he gets fired?
I've got my doubt.
All right, you can have your doubts, Joe. Thanks. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye now. We got to take a break, and we will be back with more here on the Art Lewis Show.
This is Rachel from the SVRC Marketplace, located at 203 South Washington, right on Riverfront Saginaw. Spring has sprung, and our small businesses are ready to serve you. Global flavors from Falafel Hut, Saigon Sandwich, and El Palito, or American favorites from Honey Tasted Potatoes, Divine Taste of Chicago, and Macon Bacon. Sweet treats, anyone? With Delicious Sweets Bake Shop, Mini known as Delight Factory, and Rebecca's Bakery. Retail therapy from Flowers by Roman, Bling and Jewelry, and a new business, we welcome Thrive Creative Innovations. Did you know Big O Burger and Barbecue? Come shop with us inside the SVRC Marketplace, open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Need a rental space? Check out the Marketplace. Events are coming up. May 14th, join us for our Makers Market. All small businesses welcome. And stomp out stigma with our Westland Guidance Clinic. So much to do inside the SVRC Marketplace. We thank you for the continued support of our small businesses. Remember to shop local, eat local, support small business, and we will see you at the market.
Annette Glenn, working to restore voter trust. Annette Glenn voted to require a photo ID to vote. Take dead people off the rolls. Make it illegal to connect voting machines to the internet. Force the Secretary of State to obey state law. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
Carrie, can you make sure it is cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables jam-packed.
Can somebody please refill
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
From the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
All right, we're back with you. Let me look at my notes to see who's next here. It's Cheryl in St. Charles, I do believe, was on my list here. Cheryl, good morning to you.
Good morning. I have a theory on why young people aren't getting vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
And that's because someone told them they had to do it.
You might have a point.
I have a friend who works with 4 and 5 year olds at one of the elementary schools, and I can't tell you how many times kids have said, "You're not my boss. I don't have to do it that way."
Yeah, well, let's we're gonna look at different age groups here, Cheryl, if you'll allow me for a moment. 4 and 5 year olds don't have a choice. Their parents make that choice for them. When you get into 12, 13, 14 year olds, that's a whole nother story. But 4 and 5 year olds don't have that choice. In the same way, they don't have a choice to get vaccinated for polio and measles and all of those things. That's up to their parents.
I'm older than you are. If you had gone to school and a teacher told you to do something and you say, "I don't have to do that. You're not my boss," what would happen when you got home?
Oh, no, that's true. That times have changed. No two ways about that. Absolutely. You're absolutely right that respect for authority is out the window in a lot of ways. But I only pointed out because you mentioned 4 and 5 year olds, and 4 and 5 year olds, 4 and 5 year olds aren't making those choices.
No respect.
Well, they're not being taught respect. That's the problem.
I don't have to do it. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my boss.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a different world we live in now. Part of the reasoning, and this is just my theory, and I think it's happened since the 60s. I think that's where I can trace it back to the beginnings. Generationally, we haven't taught the next generation to be good parents. And consequently, they don't know what to teach the next generation.
Right.
Now, that's a broad brush, and it doesn't include everyone because there are a lot of great parents out there.
And we have a lot of great kids.
But when that generationally, they don't teach respect to their youngsters, and the youngsters don't get respect, it mushrooms.
Yeah, and so these kids are going to grow up and say, "Well, you don't have to listen." In fact, one little boy, I said to him, she said to him, when you grow up and you get a job, you're going to have to do what the boss tells you. He said, "No, I don't."
It won't work. He'll get fired. He'll learn.
And she said, "Well, does..." He said, "Yes." She said, "Does he do what the boss tells him?" He said, "No."
Yeah, well,
I mean, that I don't believe.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll learn.
His mindset is, you do what you want. You don't have to listen to anybody.
Well, eventually they have their comeuppance, and it hits home. Not all.
I hope so. No,
not all, but some do. So.
Well, and the other thing that upset me is, I don't know what this guy's name is. He's running Republican, I think, for governor. And he said that during the pandemic, he would not have closed any schools and made any kids wear masks.
Perry Johnson.
So what would you have done?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, I think I don't like wearing a mask, but I did.
Well, me either.
I didn't like to see all these little kids not in school. You do.
Yep. All right. Fair enough.
So, but I just thought
Okay. Good enough, Cheryl. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye now. And Joe is in Bay City. Joe, good morning.
Hanging on to your anchor and not getting blown away, I hope.
Yeah. we put our garbage cans inside our SUV so they wouldn't get blown away.
Ours Ours is still waiting to be picked up. Usually they pick it up at 7. They haven't come yet.
Oh, ours don't go out till tonight.
Okay. Hey, as usual, I've got about 22 items here I want to talk about, so I'm going to slim it down to 5 quick ones.
Good.
All right. First thing is a response to a Gene and a concern about being in line at the grocery store and people don't have masks on. I would suggest Gene, and I say this with due respect, that if she's worried, then she should double mask, have her gloves on, and make sure her glasses are on, and let the rest of us go about our lives and do our business.
Yeah, and I think she does mask.
For her.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, next thing would be, we're all racist, of course. You're a racist, I'm a racist, we're all racist. And, but, one person I'm curious about is President Obama, why he isn't called a racist, because when he put 2 women on the Supreme Court, guess what? Neither one was black. Now, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a quick hitter. Let's see. Oh, I'm very disappointed in Harbaugh and bringing Kaepernick or whatever.
Kaepernick, yeah.
And honoring him. And I don't understand what would go through anybody's mind that they want to honor somebody like this. I'm very, very disappointed in that. I don't know what he's thinking.
Okay. Number 4.
And let's see. I'll respond to when you had the city executive on for Bay City last week and talking about what's going on downtown. This very quickly that Bay City should have a statue with the Shaheen family in centerpiece someplace downtown.
So should Saginaw and Midland.
Bay City.
So should Saginaw and Midland.
I mean, that family. I mean, they've done so much for so many people. It's they should be honored.
And they have been, and they will be. I know them. I know them well, and they're really good people. Really good people who have concern for their communities. But they're also business people. They know how to take that concern and make money with it too.
So nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. That's the American way. All right, Joe.
That's right. Okay, next quick one.
Real quick.
Disney, I don't know how many people realize that if you go to Disney now, the people can't call your kids boys and girls anymore. They have to be called dreamers. No such thing as your boys and girls anymore.
Yeah.
So people that like to go to Disney, you might want to keep that in mind, that all of a sudden your boy and girl isn't a boy and girl.
Yep. I'll take 2 adult tickets and 2 dreamer tickets, please. Thank you. All right, Joe.
And on your quick one on the previous call,
I got to
complain that the conservatives were going to jail and the others weren't. You can threaten the president and go to jail. Under Obama, people did go to jail for threatening him without doing anything.
All right. Have a good one. Got to run.
So anyway.
Got to run. Take care. Bye-bye now. And we will be back with more.
Looking for an experienced parts counter person. You must be prompt, dependable, and knowledgeable in lawn and garden equipment. Qualified candidates can make good wages and receive an excellent benefit package at a clean, well-respected local business. For an opportunity to fill this rewarding position at one of the area's oldest, highly respected repair shops, bring a resume and apply in person to Dave at 5818 State Street, Saginaw, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. This is a full-time position and starts now. Woolfiles, Ace Hardware, 5818 State Street, Saginaw. Woolfiles is an equal opportunity employer.
Keep the Saginaw children. You're shopping for special gifts this year. Visit our website to purchase a membership. Make it a wild year and bring a gift from the zoo to your little ones. Stay connected to what's happening at the Saginaw Children's Zoo by visiting our website at saginawzoo.com.
Saginaw Children's Zoo. How do you do?
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prosthogenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prosthogenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prosthogenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Major League Baseball's back, and we're going to play up.
Tigers baseball is back.
Time out.
Hang on. First, you got to adjust the batting gloves. Now fix the belt. Oh, and the hat. Okay, now Tigers baseball is back.
Feels great to be back and just excited to get things going.
Get the latest from spring training and coverage all season long.
Your home for the Tigers is WSGW.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, Apple and Facebook just handed over your data to hackers. Do the hackers have something I want? Are you serious?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. I wanted to talk about this just for a minute because it's exciting, whether you like him or not. I want to talk about Tiger Woods. There is speculation, and it's been fed by a number of sources, that Tiger Woods may play in the upcoming Masters tournament starting on the 7th, which would be an absolutely shocking return. I mean, he did play with his son and the father-son thing, but said he wasn't ready to walk the whole course and all of that. He was riding a cart. But apparently, a number of things happened. First of all, his name appeared on the list of 91 starters for the Masters this year. His private jet was seen landing in Augusta, and he played a practice round the other day. I am here to tell you there is no other athlete that I can think of who generates the kind of excitement Tiger Woods does. The first thing that will happen if Tiger Woods, in fact, plays at this year's Masters at Augusta National, the TV ratings will triple easily. That's history. It's happened time and time again. Tiger shows up, the ratings go up. So the Masters has probably got their fingers crossed that he'll play, even if he doesn't do well. But it's not guaranteed yet. But the PGA Tour has kind of tweeted out a photo of him swinging the clubs. And they titled it, "Tiger Woods is practicing today at Augusta National." The guy's an Iron Man. From all accounts, after his traffic accident, his leg was useless, shattered. Now, obviously, he can afford the best medical attention in the world and got it. But it's more than just the medical attention. It's the willpower to rebuild your body, to do what you have to do to continue to be one of the world's great athletes. That doesn't happen if you sit home with your feet up on the ottoman watching television all day. You got to work out. You've got to do what's necessary to strengthen the weakest part of your body. You've got to do what you need to do to rebuild the muscle memory that you had from playing years of golf. It doesn't happen if you just sit around and do nothing. This guy is unbelievable. When I watched him play with his son at that father-son tournament, you couldn't believe that he was even swinging the clubs. But some of the golfers, Rory McIlroy, according to the story I have here, he's a 4-time major champion, said he would not be surprised at a comeback of Tiger Woods. And I don't think anybody would. This is the nature of this guy. He just has this ability to do what nobody else seems to be able to do. I would not be surprised if the day doesn't come that Tiger Woods wins another tournament and maybe even wins another major. I would not be surprised. I hope it happens. I mean, I hope it happens. Because I've always been a Tiger Woods fan, even when he's had his problems, and he's had problems like everybody else. But I'm a fan of his golf game, and I'm a fan of what he has done for the game of golf. And I hope he plays in the Masters. If he does, I'll be glued to it. It just amazes me. I like to watch people who are successful at what they do and know how to do it. I'll tell you, this is kind of a personal thing, but I'm involved with the Saginaw Spirit. I do their TV hosting at the home games. And I've been involved with the Spirit since the day they came to town. So I'm one of the original employees of the group, if you will. I'm a contractor, but I'm an employee of the group. These young men that come to town to play on the Saginaw Spirit at 16, 17, 18 years old, and maybe a year or two more, up to 20, 21, to watch them work out, to see them practice, to see them develop as professional hockey players, absolutely amazes me. Absolutely amazes me. They know what they have to do as hockey players to be elite. And they do it. And even though there's 20 to 24 players on each team, only a few of them are going to make it to the National Hockey League. Others may have careers in the minor hockey leagues where they can make a decent living. But very few make it to the NHL. But everybody is trying their hardest, trying to develop their talent to the highest level their bodies will allow them. And I'm impressed with these kids. I really am. And of good character, too. And good students. They do well in school. Those kinds of folks impress me. People that know what they have to do to succeed and then follow up and do it. We'll be back to close out. Let me talk to you about Krizak's House Family Restaurant, one of my favorite places. Proud to be a business that serves the area with the finest dining and takeout services, and grateful for all of you who support them. And they're glad to be serving you. Every day is takeout day at Krizak's, today from 11 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 8. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. For takeouts and reservations for parties and events, call 894-5531.
Hometown feel and big time winning. That's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel. This is a get right at home. And now, sports betting is here. That's right. You can bet on games in every season as you enjoy all the tasty food and live sports on TVs throughout the Creekside Lounge. Got a favorite? Got a hunch? Get to Saginaw Eagles Landing to wager on all the point spreads, props, parlays, and more. Sports betting puts you right in the action, and there's no better place to watch a game than the Creekside Lounge. Sports betting is just one more reason to get here. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly.
You must be 18 or older to wager. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
When it comes to cereal disease protection, Prosaro Pro 400 SC fungicide from Bayer makes all the difference. With 3 effective active ingredients for overlapping control of foliar and head diseases. And window for head scab. It's formulated to lower DON, protect yield potential, and promote superior grain quality. Prosaro Pro. The future of plant health starts here. Visit ProsaroPro.com to learn more. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Let's add a little red right there. Hey, we'll be right with you.
For Bianca's flower shop, spring orders and Mother's Day are a tricky arrangement.
Hey, can I get help repotting this fiddle leaf?
She needs to put the pedal to the metal and find more florists.
We're running low on daisies. How does that even happen?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for this Thursday morning. We thank you for joining us here on WSGW. Coming up, we'll have Focus, and on Focus today, we're going to learn about something called CAREGivers Insight from its founder, and we'll tell you more about that after the news, which is coming up next here on WSGW. I'm Art Lewis. Have a great day.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. With gas prices straining American home budgets, President Biden is set to announce a major release from the strategic oil. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
The White House says the release from America's strategic reserve is unprecedented. 1 million barrels per day for the next 6 months, making for a total of up to 180 million more barrels released from the strategic reserve, on top of the 80 million that the president has already signed off on over the past 6 months. Aides say he's also going to encourage more domestic production and urge Congress to pass new fees for leases on public lands on which oil companies have not been drilling.
The U.S. has hit Russia with new sanctions today targeting technology interests, and with his country committed to accepting 100,000 Ukrainian refugees, Vanessa Hamrow with an aid group expects some. California.
A lot of Ukrainians and individuals from former Soviet Union countries came to Sacramento. So there's an incredibly strong community base here, something like 20,000 Ukrainians in the greater Sacramento area.
At least 2 people are dead after violent weather in the Florida Panhandle. Tornadoes have battered several states in the South, leaving behind damage and power outages.
I heard something coming, and it just got louder and louder and louder. And then I heard this boom. It seemed like the house just shook.
She lives just south of Birmingham, Alabama. Here's CBS's Janet Shamlian.
These storms have left behind a trail of debris and damage. We are Mississippi. It's just south of Memphis, and there are power lines down here, and the warehouse behind me has had its roof just peeled back like a tin can.
The severe weather threat remains in parts of Florida and Georgia. An LGBTQ group is suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the new law blocking instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in grades K through 3. Well, Chris Rock had them on their feet last night in Boston.
He came out and the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
Just screaming, clapping. He couldn't start the show. He was like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Rock told the sold-out show he's still processing what happened Sunday night at the end of a slap from Will Smith. The Motion Picture Academy says Smith was asked to leave the Oscars after it happened, but he refused. A big day today for 5 space tourists.
Commanded to start 2, 1, 0.
Blue Origin completing its 4th flight, going 66 miles up and landing successfully in West Texas. This was the flight comic Pete Davidson was supposed to be on, but he backed out when the launch date shifted. The Dow is down 90 points. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings. CBS.
Public transit provides more than just a ride. It keeps our community connected. Public transit is a safe, reliable, affordable transportation option for everyone. We take your elderly neighbor to the doctor, your friends' children to school, and some of your favorite smiling faces to their jobs. Public transit is here to help you make your connection.
Sponsored by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters and Michigan Public Transit Association.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now he speaks Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Tim's taxes were an unbelievably tangled mess.
The IRS just wouldn't work with me. Then Optima got involved, and I mean, they really got involved.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
It's like having two lives, the one before Optima Tax and the...
Call Optima now for a free consultation. Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. It's not over 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
43 degrees, cloudy sky at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Rick Antonio. Strong winds with gusts up to 60 miles an hour have caused power outages across the Great Lakes Bay region this morning. Broken utility poles have resulted in the largest outage, which the city of Midland has reported upwards of 1,783 customers losing power. Consumers projected the return of power for those affected by 4:45. Another outage north of Midland knocked out power to 113 customers with power estimated to return at 2. Another outage along I-75 near Freeland Road near the Bay and Saginaw County line has caused an outage for another 144 customers with power expected around 2:30. Gusty winds are expected throughout the day today and may lead to additional outages. And Midland Police say that due to high winds in their area, they're experiencing a power outage at the law enforcement center. At this time, they are under limited power. Several traffic signals across the area are also without power. They're asking everyone on the roads to treat all dark signals as four-way stops and to drive with caution. In addition to the outpouring of prayers, parishes across the Saginaw Diocese have responded to Bishop Robert Gruss's request for a collection for the people of Ukraine. To date, residents of Saginaw have generously given over $207,000, every dollar going to support Catholic Relief Services and its partners already in Ukraine and bordering countries who are providing safe shelter, hot meals, hygiene supplies, fuel to keep warm, transport to safe areas, and counseling support and more. Massive fire has destroyed a Midland County plastics plant this morning. The fire was discovered around 6 a.m. at Robinson Industries on West Curtis Road near M18, about 5 miles north of US 10. Units from several fire departments, including Coleman and Beaverton, responded to the wind-whipped blaze. Area residents reported hearing some explosions after the fire broke out. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. No injuries have been reported. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
Hometown feel and big time winning. That's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel. This feel right at home. And now, sports betting is here. That's right. You can bet on games in every season as you enjoy all the tasty food and live sports on TVs throughout the Creekside Lounge. Got a favorite? Got a hunch? Get to Saginaw Eagles Landing to wager on all the point spreads, props, parlays, and more. Sports betting puts you right in the action, and there's no better place to watch a game than the Creekside Lounge. Sports betting is just one more reason to get here. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing. Real fun, real friendly.
You must be 18 or older to wager. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. Fixing dams and roads in Michigan is the goal under a newly signed infrastructure spending plan. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed the more than $4.7 billion plan yesterday in Grand Rapids, and it includes about $4 billion from federal funds that will be used to improve drinking water infrastructure, create and maintain parks, fix roads, bridges, and dams. After the hit to the economy of the COVID-19 pandemic, the government hopes improving infrastructure will boost tourism and recreation and move the economy forward. The spending plan includes more invested in clean drinking water, wastewater, and other water infrastructure projects. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy is helping fund a pilot food scrap recycling program in Bay City. Bay City Recycles and Iris Waste Diversion Specialist will provide the service to Bay City residents who agree to a $20 monthly fee. Iris representatives say food scraps and other organic materials increase methane released from landfills, a known contributor to climate change. Bay City residents can subscribe to the pickup program during the month of April by visiting iriswds.com or by calling 855-246-9376. Collection will begin. Items that can be collected include vegetative scraps like fruits, vegetables, eggshells, coffee grounds, and tea bags. Americans love football, but the country is divided about whether kids should be playing the tackle version of the game. MNN health reporter Dr. Deanna Lights has more.
About 45% of Americans say tackle football is appropriate for kids, while 50% disagree and 5% aren't sure, according to a study from The Ohio State University. The study also finds factors such as race and ethnicity are linked to how youth football is viewed. Researcher Chris Kaninsky,
who are Black or Hispanic were more supportive of tackle football for kids compared to white adults.
Participation in youth tackle football has declined among growing concern about the effects of concussions on young brains.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1110. I'm Rick Antonio.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. A wind advisory is in effect here for the forecast area. Few spotty rain showers early today, otherwise cloudy sky conditions. Temperatures steady early, then slowly fall throughout the day. Breeze 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 45. And for tonight, mostly cloudy and a low near 31. Friday, partial sunshine develops, high 41 degrees. Then by Saturday, a chance for rain showers here late. Partial sunshine, a high of 47. Sunday, partly sunny skies, and we'll see high around 48 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 43.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And welcome back to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. Focus brought to you by our friends at RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at roofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax with 2 X's. And we're going to say good morning to Christopher Jew. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning.
Tell us who you're with.
I'm with CAREGivers Insight.
And CAREGivers Insight is really a unique organization. Tell us about its mission, what CAREGivers Insight does.
Yeah, the purpose of CAREGivers Insight is to transform how caregiving is delivered by regardless of their environment. But we're empowering caregivers with valuable insights so that they can provide more proactive, appropriate care to the loved ones that they are supporting in any environment, at home, in facilities, wherever they may be.
I would put it this way, and tell me if I'm wrong. You're attempting to train the untrained.
We're trying to, yes. Yes, very much so. I mean, so many of us are volunteer caregivers for family members. We really don't know what we're getting into, and caregiving for stressful. So any way in which to give them, guardrails or assistance of, hey, this is what to look out for, or be careful of these things that are happening with a loved one's health, that's can be very, very valuable.
Is this generic information, or by that I mean, do you go into case by case and learn about the individual cases before you give the advice?
See, so a couple of things. Number one, it's based on one's diagnosis. So our application will have specific questions based on one's diagnosis. If someone has memory care issues, then there will be more questions that are customizable, that are focused on your mental health, how are you swallowing, how's your speech pattern, things like that, versus someone who has maybe some kidney or bladder issues, which are very different. But more importantly is, we don't provide the advice. The observations from a caregiver, based on what they see, they basically answer the questions, these menu-driven questions, with menu-driven answers. You check the emoji, or you check the box, and then those answers are graphed. So now you as a caregiver, a family member, can start seeing these trends of how your loved one's doing, and then be able to act appropriately. Call a doctor, call a nurse, talk to each other, so that your care routine, your daily care routine, will change in real time.
Because of HIPAA laws, you have to get the permission of the person involved, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
absolutely. And we don't have that. We don't access that information. That's stored private server offline. So, but yes, to answer your question, yes.
Yep. So if someone is a caregiver and they want to get involved with CAREGivers Insight, what's the routine? What do they have to do? And is there a cost?
Yeah. So, our application, it's a mobile app. It will also be a web application. So you can go get it on the web. You can go to our website at www.caregiversinsight.com, and then you'll be able to download the app, or you can go to if you have an app, you can go to their stores and download our app and start using it that way. The cost will range, but typically it's going to be around $5.99 per month.
So it's not expensive.
No, we've priced it so that this is affordable. I mean, this is a big problem that we're solving, and we want to make sure that that it's very affordable for everyone.
All right, hang on. I'm going to take a break, and we'll come back. We're talking to Christopher Jew from CAREGivers Insight, and more ahead here on Focus on WSGW.
Use tax dollars for hush money to cover up nursing home deaths and $11 billion unemployment fraud. Annette Glenn pushed a bill banning tax finance gag orders on state employees. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free. /trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney, to become pregnant or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for JB's Market in Munger. You are going to get 2 4-packs of breakfast brats for only $5. JB's breakfast brats are delicious, and they're an all-day brat. You can either eat them in the morning with your eggs or on a bun in the afternoon. Don't forget to follow JB's Market on Facebook. Every Monday they post their weekly ads, so be sure to check it out. And head right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hello, Michigan. I'm John Gonzalez.
And I'm Amy Sherman. We've got big news.
We're back! And you can join us Sundays at 1 p.m. as we once again go behind the midnight.
We'll take you to every corner of the state, sharing the stories that make Michigan great.
Find a hidden gem or a new favorite spot that might be located.
We'll go above the bridge and taste our way across the state.
Join us Sundays at 1 p.m. right here on 100.5 and 790 News Radio, WSGW.
The Saginaw Spirit play here.
Backhand tip and scores! Out of midair, Nick Wong, and the Spirit regain the lead.
Tune in Friday night for Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit will try to make it 4 straight wins when they visit the Sioux Greyhounds for a Friday night battle. Game time coverage begins at 6:50 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW. The Spirit return home Saturday night to take on the Sarnia Sting. For ticket information, visit SaginawSpirit.com.
Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on. The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we're back with you on Focus. We're talking to Christopher Jew from CAREGivers Insight. So, Christopher, let's look at this from the caregiver's viewpoint. What do they gain? What do they learn by using CAREGivers Insight?
Sure. So right now, caregivers, and I've been a caregiver, everyone knows a loved one. And so it's a common routine where, we have binders, notebooks, and diaries. We're writing things down of how our loved one's doing or a summary of printed out. And caregiving basically for loved ones is very static. And very passive. We make sure that we take care of some of their basic daily needs, and then something happens, a medical emergency happens, and then we react to that and deal with that situation. That had to change. It has to change. And so this app that now you are recording every day, and it takes just a few minutes a day to do this. With no typing or texting, you just pick and choose answers. Those answers are graphed. So now you can start seeing that slow, steady decline in a number of different issues that you can track. And so now you can be more proactive. You can see that maybe they have a skin condition, their skin's getting flaky. So you basically put lotion on them. Very simple things like that, or things if their swallowing isn't very good and their food they're having difficulty, you may have to thicken their food. Is really going to help them, number one, be able to provide more proactive care and change their routines, in real time. So now you can head off these potential medical emergencies. You don't have to go to the doctor or go to the hospital. So it really provides a tool to provide better care, provide your loved one with a better quality of life. And then obviously you as a caregiver can really take charge of what's really happening with your loved ones.
It can be an overwhelming experience to all of a sudden become a caregiver when you've never done it before. This sounds like the kind of thing that would at least help you keep your head screwed on and keep you in the game, so to speak.
Oh, you couldn't be more right. I mean, it is so stressful, and we all as caregivers are, what's the next shoe that's going to drop? And I don't want to say we live in fear, but we're always on eggshells saying, what's next? But I think with CAREGivers Insight, you can start seeing, hey, this might be next. And then say, well, let's address this now before that shoe drops.
So if they go to the website, caregiversinsight.com, that's just the beginning, right? How do they get interactive with the organization and with the app?
It really starts with that. Our app will be publicly available in a couple of months, in about 8 weeks from now, and they'll be able to. And all you do is you sign up, you download the app, and then you can start using it, filling it out. We'll have a trial period so people can test it and see if they like it, if it meets their needs, and then with their little trial period, if it's something they want to continue using, then they can start subscribing to it.
Is this something that was created locally around here in Michigan?
Yeah, it started, my dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's over 11 years ago. He lived in Fresno and I live in Midland. So really being able to see how he was doing with his caregivers and my sister who was caring for him was really, really difficult. Phone calls to him gave me just a really short picture of what he was doing at that, how he's doing and how's his care. That was the most difficult question to answer. And I didn't, you don't have 2 hours to talk about it. So we created this app so that I could do it from 2,400 miles away and really be able to be more active in his care.
Fantastic. Well, Christopher, look, I wish you well with it. We'll have to check in down the road after the app goes live and everything and see what's going on with it. We appreciate your call today.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You're
really
welcome.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now. Christopher Jew, and it's called CAREGivers Insight. You can find it at caregiversinsight.com, and you'll probably see the story there, too, as how it came about. Let me ask how you slept last night, because, in today's world, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed, and the theory is you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep, and you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in the local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And by the way, they feature 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. If you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you to your exact specifications, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress factory and showroom, serving this area since 1935. You can visit them at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Or you can visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or give them a call at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to